Hello and welcome. I have this Sound Blaster cabinet and I use it quite a lot. It's very efficient and it's very easy to handle, and it's also small in size, so I really like it. But there is a big problem. I can't really use it in my workshop because it's leaking. So I want to fix that. So let's see how we can do that. So the way this works is that you have the air pressure coming in here, and I actually recently upgraded this because the cabinet didn't work so well if you had a small compressor. So I upgraded from a 25 liter to a 50 liter. So the new one puts out 10 bars as maximum. Hopefully that will work with this one as well. So it's good pressure, and you need constant pressure for it to work good. And then it's all contained. So you have the sand in the bottom here. So the sand stays here in the bottom. And then you have your spray gun here. And it's connected to the air pressure here. And then it just sucks the sand around. So yeah, it's a nice working setup. You tend to push a lot of air down into the sand. So that's the problem, I would say. It's so small that and there's nothing that is evacuating the smoke or the dust. So that's a bit of a problem. It's hard to see sometimes. And also the screen gets quite dirty, so you have to clean that up. But otherwise, I think it's fine. And for me, it's good enough. So you can see how several places air is leaking. This one. This one. Somebody didn't do their job. It's actually also leaking here. And you can see on the floor, it's basically everywhere. And if we have a look here, even when I close it fully, you can see the light here. So you can see here the screws not even countersinked. Here is also, so they really stick out. You can even see here that the screw is actually in the same position as the screw on the cabinet and the lid. So they were redoubled. Let's start with the screws. I have some new screws here, countersinked. The head is kind of small, but I will still try to countersink a bit. That was a bit scary. Maybe I need to fasten that a bit better as well. Whew. That scared me. catch it with a vice plier. Yeah. Seems to work. Let's see where we are. There's a gap there due to the distance on the back side where the hinges are. So I have one profile that I want to test here. It's a quite high general rubber profile. I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually compressing the seal. So I think that the only problem is really here where the hinges are, because there's the distance is fixed. And here it can go much lower. So we try that. I think one of the problems with the previous seal was that it was stretched too much when you mounted it. So it will shrink and you will get a gap here. Wonder who did that. So I will try to make sure that I don't stretch it at all. Just measure the correct. Okay, looks like I'm buying a bit more. So I want to have a look at this part here. I can see that there is no seal. I think I can see what the issue is here. Yeah. So there shouldn't need to be any seal, but you can see it's all black inside. And the reason is of course this. This one is not screwed in. And it really doesn't I don't know if you can see it. Look here. This one can still slide. It's a bit too big for the cable actually. Let's tighten off. plastic, so I can't really. Let's see if I can find another one. Cable. So if this is insailing it, I don't know what to do. But isn't moving at all. So I've taken off this filter to see if this could be a problem. But this is actually sealed. And I can also see that there's really no dust in here. So this seems to be working. On the other hand, there's an extra filter here, just not to collect too much dust here. And this one is not so good, so I will be replacing that, but this one I'm happy with. So I will see if I can find a replacement for this, but in the meantime I will just fix it, because it's really a problem that it opens up here. So I will just see if I can get this O-ring on. I think that will keep it in place. That will be good. Let's have a look at this one. There's a filter here. It's really dusty on both sides, so I'm not sure how well this is actually sealing. It's very tight, I think. Shouldn't be any big. As long as that is in place, it shouldn't leak too much. Maybe we can test that. I can see that there are dust here, so maybe it's leaking. Yeah, I can see the problem now. It's not so good. So the problem is here, can you see? Even if that will not stay in here. So that will go further in. And that will leave a gap here. This will certainly leak. And then there's nothing stopping it from coming out in here. So I need to do something about that. So what I'll do to start with is that I will add some filter. It's a very light filter that will catch a bit more. And then I will leave this filter, just blow it. This will prevent the filter from dropping in. See, it stays out here now. I think that will do it. I'm actually not really sure how much sand to have in these cabinets, but I think I have too much. The problem is that it's I have a lot of pressure here. It will be everywhere. So I will try to take out a bit. I'm pretty sure I have this since it's reused. And while we're here, we can put this one back. That surprised me a bit. You can see the filter from the inside, so I don't think that anything will escape out there. So actually I saw this sign 100 psi is maximum, and that's 10 bars, so should be fine with full effect. I think that's the best I can do. I will put in a new protection screen. Yes. Guess you can see it better than me. This is just sure if it's coming from the it's all coming from this vent here. Just to test, just tape this. Still one vent on the other side, so I'm not sure why there are two actually. Because they're both, it's overpressure in the cabinet. They're both pushing out. So. This is an old filter bag from my shop here. Just try and take a piece of this. See a difference. I can still feel the air coming out, obviously not so much. So let's see how it works now. First test. Let's see how it's doing after the first test here. I can't really see any rust whatsoever. It's very clean. That's perfect. I think I will use it a lot more now.